What does it mean in our society to say something is cortical? Well, this may not be exactly neurologically correct, but mostly we mean deliberate, an act of the will, something thought out. In short, we meant to do it. Like, if I lift this glass, you saw me do it. I deliberately lifted the glass. I reached out my hand. I put my hand on the glass. I closed my hand to hold the glass, and then I moved it into the air. I deliberately executed a series of steps. You saw me do it. You could testify in court that I lifted the glass deliberately. But why did I do it? I mean, maybe I just did it to move it over here. Maybe I lifted it so I could go wash it. Maybe I lifted it to throw it at you. We don't know why I did it. We just know what you saw. Now, imagine a drug sitting here on the table. I pick it up, put it in my mouth. I didn't really. Swallow. What you see is a set of deliberate sequential behavior. I took a drug. That was pretty clear. We think about taking drugs that way. We think about addiction that way. I mean, after all, we decided not to put the cocaine up our nose, so the guy that did do that, he must have decided to do that, right? And so we think this whole thing about addiction is cortical. We think, because it's the only part we can see, we think it is a set of deliberate actions. Now imagine we made lifting a glass illegal. The Illegal Glass Lifting Act of 2018. That's pretty much just like we made taking a drug illegal. It has nothing to do with why, it's just about the action. What we see are only the deliberate acts. And if we're going to understand addiction and how to treat it and how to end it as a problem in our lifetime, we're going to have to understand more than just what's happening. We're going to have to understand why. For that, let's go back to the glass.
All right. So what if I'm thirsty? I mean, really thirsty. I mean, like, it's hot. I gave blood. I haven't had anything to drink. That thirsty. And I've got this glass of water. How much thought does it take to take a drink? Not much. Not much at all. Now what if you told me there were PCBs in the water, or lead? This water wasn't very good for me. It's gonna get me killed in enough time. I really shouldn't drink this water. Well, now we get to the answer. You remember I said last time, who in their right mind would drink something they knew was going to kill them or wasn't good for them? Well, here's the answer. Someone whose midbrain is telling them that if they don't do it, they're going to die a hell of a lot sooner. Our midbrain survival drives are just that, they're drives. We don't think about them, they're subcortical, they're not decisions. They have to happen automatically. They wouldn't be very good if they weren't automatic. It wouldn't be a survival drive if you had to think about it. That's why they're there. They're there to be subcortical. They're there so that we don't think about them. They're there to keep us alive now. And when we tell somebody, you know, this isn't very good for you in 10 years, it's just a distraction away from keeping them alive right now, not something they want to hear. So, what do? We do what we're focused on to stay alive right now. And next time, we'll talk a little bit more about what that is and how we can deal with that in treating addiction. Stay not thirsty, my friend.